Hello, fabulous fifth grade. Are you ready for another Estimystery? This Estimystery is going to proceed just like the other two, except the presentation is not going to include the hundreds chart in the video. I want you to develop a system of how you're keeping track of your estimates and which numbers are still possible. I will include a link in Google Classroom to an interactive numbers chart so that if it helps you to use a hundreds chart, you can do that. But I'm not going to use the hundreds chart in this video. Hopefully the last 2 days of my demonstration will help you be ready to take on that record keeping yourself. So this is our task today. How many cupcakes are in this cup? Go ahead and write down your initial estimate. Make sure you have it written down before we start revealing our clues. As the clues are revealed, the information will help us narrow the possibilities down to a smaller and smaller set of numbers. Then we're going to use estimation to determine which of the remaining answers is most reasonable. Are you ready? You got your first estimate written down? You ready for clue number 1? The answer is a number less than 50. This tells me that my number is going to be between 1 and 49. So if you're working on your own hundreds chart, you might want to just cross off numbers 50 through 100 because we know those are no longer possible. Does that change your estimate? Do you need to make a revision? If you do, please do so before we reveal clue number 2. Ooh, clue number 2 tells us that our answer is an odd number. So we know that 1 could be possible, but 2 could not. 3 could be possible, but 4 could not. 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, all the way up to 49. Knowing that our answer is an odd number, does that mean that you have to revise your answer? If you do, write down a new estimate before we reveal clue number 3. The answer is a multiple of 3 again, just like yesterday. So those numbers 3, 6, 9, 12. But even here, because we know that the answer is an odd number, we know that 6 isn't possible, and neither is 12. Knowing that your answer must be a multiple of 3 and an odd number, does that change your estimate? It can really take a minute to get through all of the numbers from 1 to 49 and make sure that you've got all of the multiples of 3 and all of the odd numbers. So if you need a second, go ahead and pause the video before you revise your estimate and write it down. Clue number 4 tells us that the answer includes 2 different digits. That means my answer could not be, say, 22 or 33. it would have to be, it's a 2-digit number, but both of those numbers are different from each other. Well, we already know it couldn't be 22 because 22 is not an odd number and 22 is not a multiple of 3. Now we know it also cannot be 33. Do you need to make a revision to your estimate? If so, go ahead and write it down before we move on to clue number 5. As always, feel free to pause the video if you need to have time to work out your possible solutions. Ooh, clue number 5 tells us that neither of the digits is a 2 or a 4. That really does limit some of our possibilities, doesn't it? I know that my answer cannot be 21 or 27. I know that my answer could not be 45. What other numbers do you see that we could have to eliminate to make sure that we respect the rules set out by clue number 5? By combining our clues and estimation, you now have enough information to determine the exact answer. So you should know for sure, what the exact number of cupcakes there are in this glass. At this time, make sure you've got your final estimate written down and an explanation of why you chose it. Be sure you include that when you submit your assignment on Google Classroom. And cliffhanger. I will, of course, reveal the answer to today's Estimystery tomorrow. So stay tuned and we'll see if you found the exact correct answer.